What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another bad quality content video, and today we're gonna be doing another share my story video. I've done like 20 of them. We're gonna get straight into it.
Have you ever done something truly evil and destroyed someone's whole life?
Yes, I have. I ruined my life by watching this video and doing a video on it and making my viewers watch this video.
Well, I have. I was 19 and about to graduate from high school. But then my math teacher, Mr. Cumberbatch, told me I'd failed his
Look, I've heard many weird last names. But what the fuck is a Mr. Cumberbatch?
class and would have to repeat the year. I was devastated because
Why is her hair blowing in the wind? The windows are closed.
I had already made plans to go to college. So I started crying and begged him to show mercy and let me pass.
I think I know exactly where this is going. I don't even think I told y'all the title of the video, bro. It's literally my teacher got me pregnant.
But he said, no, and shook his head. In a last attempt, I gave him a big hug and said, please, Mr. Cumberbatch.
Bro, out of every camera angle they could have done, look at this. Y'all knew what y'all were doing with this, bro. Stop.
Isn't there anything I can do? He pushed me away and said, no, it's too late now. But I showed persistence
Bro, this is like the second time she has gotten on her knees, bro. He pushed you away. Get the fuck on.
and kept begging him, saying, please, 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 Mr. Cumberbatch, isn't there anything I can do for you? Finally, he had a change of heart and wrote down an address on a paper and said, okay, come here on Saturday, 6 p.m. We will do some math exercises, and if you do well, I will change your
Yeah, think about math exercises. He meant 6'9". If you know, you know.
grade and let you pass. I gave him one last hug and said, thank you, Mr. Cumberbatch, you are the best. When Saturday arrived, I
What type of fucking alarm clock is that? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
was very nervous. I didn't know if I was going on a date or if I was getting a private
I'm 100% sure that nigga said math exercises. This is a teacher we are talking about. You know exactly what you were about to do that day.
math lesson. But just to be sure, I dressed myself up. I put on my old school uniform.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the video right there. I can't do this shit.
Walking the bus on the AK, niggas wanna talk.
But made a few changes to look as exciting
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Don't fucking wink at me.
as possible. When I arrived at his house, he opened the door and said, come in, you're looking gorgeous today. I responded with, thank you, Mr. Cumberbatch, you're looking good too.
Bro, what the fuck what did you just say?
We sat down at a desk and he told me to solve some math problems, but I couldn't focus.
Which is exactly why you fucking failing right now.
Mr. Cumberbatch was so close to me and I realized how attractive he was. I mean, I was 19 and he was only 10 years older than me.
And what the fuck is that supposed to mean? You still in school, bitch.
What turned me on the most was the authority he had over me.
Yeah, the authority he had over you because he's a grown-ass fucking man. Do your mom even know you there, bro?
He could decide whether I would pass the year or repeat it.
You get turned on by a fucking teacher determining whether or not you're passing, bro? This bitch need rehab.
At one point, I just stared into his eyes and hoped he would kiss me, but I guess he was too nervous.
Nah, he wasn't nervous. He was trying not to catch a fucking case.
So instead, I kissed him, and he liked it. Kissing my high school teacher wasn't technically illegal.
Bro, I don't care if she's 19. She says he's 10 years older than him, which makes him 29, right? This bitch is still in school. It's fucking illegal. He's going to prison.
But we still broke the rules of our school. A teacher-student relationship was strictly prohibited, but that's what made it so exciting.
Ain't gonna be exciting when this nigga get 30 years to fucking life in prison for kissing a minor that was still in school. Bitch, she was 19. She was 19. That nigga is like almost 30 and she is still in school, my nigga.
When we said goodbye to each other, I asked him if I had studied enough to pass the year, and he said, you have worked very hard today, and therefore I will let you pass.
Bro, you motherfuckers didn't do one equation, bro. She stood in there for 10 minutes max.
I said, thank you, Mr. Cumberbatch, and gave him one more kiss on his
And you know what Mr. Cumberbatch is about to get? Whatever the fuck his last name is? Another 10 years.
mouth. This might shock you, but it was my first time. And because of my inexperience, I forgot to tell him to use protection. So 2 weeks
I completely forgot. This bitch got pregnant. Yeah, this nigga's never getting out of prison, bro. I don't know what did you think was gonna happen?
later, I found out I was pregnant. I didn't mind though, because I really liked Mr. Cumberbatch.
And you must really like putting niggas in jail. That's fucking tough.
The next day, I went up to him at school to tell him about the baby. I secretly hoped we would become a couple. But when he heard the news, he got angry and said, "You will go to the pharmacy right now and get the pill." I didn't like the way he talked to me. This was my body and therefore my decision. I asked him if he was interested in raising the baby with me, but he freaked out and screamed, "I already have a wife and kid. I'll never take care of your stupid baby. Go to the pharmacy right now."
So this whole time, he's not that much of a creep. He had a whole kid and wife already. Bro, somebody lock this nigga up, bro. Y'all just letting him slide, bro. Tell the principal, my nigga, like, what are you doing?
I screamed back, "You're married?" And he said,
This nigga went Super Saiyan for like 3 seconds, bro. I'm fucking out of here.
"Of course. And don't act like you didn't know. All my students know I have a wife and kid." Wow, what a jerk. Not only did he betray his wife, but now he was trying to put the blame on me.
I mean, to be exact, this did start with you coming to his house and not paying attention to studying or whatever the fuck you were supposed to be doing in the past. So, like, it is your fault.
I got angry and said, "I will keep the baby and tell your wife what you did." That's when he almost had a seizure and screamed right at me, "You won't do that." But then I had an idea. I knew I would keep the baby anyway, but at least I could pretend to make a deal with him. I said, "If you turn all my grades into straight A's, then I will change my mind on the baby." Mr. Cumberbatch was desperate. He agreed to the deal and snuck into our school at night to change my grades on the principal's computer.
Why can't he just change the grades from his computer? Never mind.
But 2 days later, on my graduation day, things went wrong. When my principal handed over my report card, he took a quick look at it
What the fuck is that?
and said, "There must have been a mistake." I immediately knew my plan
Did this bitch just fart and shit at the same time?
and failed. And the next day I got my real report card, and my grades were terrible. The only A I got was in Mr. Cumberbatch's math class. I knew it wasn't his fault, but I was so angry, I found out his address and
Nigga, he gave you his address earlier in the video. What are you talking about?
went to his house. A woman opened the door, and she was pregnant too. I asked her if she was the wife of Mr. Cumberbatch, and she said yes. Then Mr. Cumberbatch appeared next to her. He stared at me in a very threatening way. For a moment I had doubts, but then I looked straight into her eyes and said, "Your husband got me pregnant, and he has no interest in taking responsibility for his mistake." I hoped
Here we go with this fake-ass 2-second Super Saiyan transformation shit.
she would get angry at her husband. But instead, she got angry at me, screaming, "You bitch! You've seduced my husband, you dirty bitch!"
I mean, that's kinda true. And what the fuck was that cat pose bullshit she called squaring up, my nigga? She over here giving her a nuggie and shit.
Wow, if Mr. Cumberbatch hadn't held her back from me, I might not be alive today. I was shocked and went back home, but it got worse. The next day, she came to my house and used a golf club to break in through a window. My parents weren't at home to protect me, so I fled to the rooftop and called the police.
Don't you motherfuckers have babies in y'all stomach? How are y'all even doing any of this? Like, how the fuck she climbed through a window, my nigga? You see how thick her stomach is? She should have fell clean off that shit. Then she climbed up the roof. Like, is there a ladder, my nigga? How you get up there?
They arrived in time and took Mrs. Cumberbatch into custody. 2 weeks later, she was sentenced to 24 months in prison. But this story gets even crazier. I called up Mr. Cumberbatch and told him we needed to talk. We met at a restaurant and I asked him, "How much child support will you pay me each month?" He responded, "I'm only a teacher. I don't make much money." But I asked again, "How much child support are you going to pay me?"
So at first, you wanted him to take care of the kid. Now you want this motherfucker to give you child support for some shit that you caused. Yeah, I gotta get out of here, bro. I would do the rest of the video, but I can't, bro. It's just so corny. I don't even know why they still uploading, bro. But let me know what y'all thought in the comments. I'm probably gonna, I keep saying I'm gonna stop making these videos, knowing damn well I'm not. But yeah, man, that's about it. I'll see you on the next video.
Walk in the place with an AK, niggas wanna talk, say them and shot in the face. Pull up told you it's a bad day. Pull up, go get us a fast race. Walk